Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you're well. My name is Average J, and this is my review for Swamp Attack, which is a free-to-play game on Android and iOS, and is about protecting your property from aliens, mutants, and monsters. It's a very good game. I say that right off the bat. The multiplayer is similar. I better turn it down. The multiplayer is similar to the main game. But not the same. It's good enough to sort of separate itself out from it, and I like that. So, at the moment, there is 8 episodes. There's more coming soon, so that would be good. There's 8 episodes at the moment, and they've expanded on the game a lot, which is it's great. It's great because it just means more bang for your buck. Speaking of which, I actually do recommend spending a bit of money on this game, because if you get double currency, like I did, it means it cuts out the grind a little bit, makes it feel like a decent game that's very rewarding because of how quickly you can upgrade your weapons and stuff, because you're always unlocking new stuff and there's so much stuff to unlock. You won't want to upgrade all of it. It takes a fair amount of money to do that. I will say straight away that the big problem is right next to my face. You see those batteries there. That's how much it limits your play. I just shimmy down a little bit. See, it's not much. You get 6 goes, and then that's it. You got to wait for it to recharge. I don't like that, especially when I've put money in. I bought double coins for a couple of quid. As far as I'm concerned, I own the game. I would very much like it if I could play the game as much as I choose, and not how much you tell me. So that sucks. But there's different defenses that you can equip. They get unlocked as you go on. You don't get access to everything straight away. But my favourite being Cousin Roy, because, he's an iguana and that's just jokes. So he sits on your roof and he takes out things in the air. It starts out as just simple, reinforcements to your house, and then things to slow enemies down. And yeah, you get quite a few. There's some things that don't unlock with time. You just scroll down to the bottoms of the menus and you'll see that there will be some things that will just be to purchase only. It won't be unlocked at this episode like a lot of the other things are. You have explosives, which are just random things that you can have, you take with you. So you could just sort of cancel one of them off the side on the right and then just equip something else. And it's wise to stock up a little bit again. More in-game money you're spending, so double currency. And with those, you'll get some ammo for them in the levels, but not very much at all. So you can't really rely on that. And then there's your weapons that you can take in with you. You do start with a simple shotgun, but then it gets to the point where you're just like, the enemies just aren't going down with this thing. It's taking far too many shots, and you're finding that you're having to rely on your paid-for weapons a lot more. And then right as I was getting to a point where I was saying this is getting pretty much useless, the double shotgun unlocked, and it's twice the damage. So I was well happy with that. But down here as well, there's a fair bit of variety to the guns they've done. They've been quite imaginative with some of them, which obviously I approve of. There are lots of levels, a lot of levels, and all of the levels can be replayed again on the skull underneath the level there. That means that they call them evil levels, which is essentially the same level on hard, so tougher enemies, more of them, and it makes it pretty fun, actually, I've got to say, because as things start to get really easy later on, it's good that you can still get some challenge out of even the earlier levels. Not too much, mind you. The further you get on in the game, the easier it becomes back at the beginning. So if we go back to episode 1 and I just pick a mission, say on hard, because it's going to be really easy any which way I do it. And I have pretty much the maximum defences, which is why I have my neighbour helping me out, Bear, and of course Roy on my roof, which you won't have from the start. You won't have the mines either. That's something else that's to purchase only, but I highly recommend getting them because they're great. It just takes out anything even remotely nearby when one of them sets it off, and then having 3 at the front, that's awesome. All around, I mean, you can see here that the game's playing itself because I have the assistance going on, but just all you do is touch the screen where you want to shoot, and then it's best to try and be patient a little bit because your shotgun takes a while to reload. And here you get different stages, like the ways that the enemies work. So you get the turtles or tortoises, I don't know, they lose their shells and then start sprinting at you. You get that later on. There's like bazooka firing raccoons with gas masks, no less. It's great. It really is. It's a really good game. It's just such a shame they limit how much you play it so much. That's my one big issue. But to me, that is a huge issue. That is massive, which is infuriating because it will just be so easily fixed. But the level here is about 3 times longer than it would normally be. But that's just because of the evilness of the level. So, you know, they're going to take a bit longer when you do them on evil. That's just something that is, which is good, because the levels are very short, which is ideal for a mobile game, because most people are going to be, you know, playing it on the go, which means you might not necessarily mind the fact that you have limited energy so much, and the short missions are perfect. So, yeah, definitely for those people who like to play it out and about. You get your money. You just swipe the screen to pick up your money. I've not really been doing it because I'm pretty much done actually with the game. I might keep it to see, you know, do they expand it the next episode. It's not exactly what you'd call story driven, but it does have a quirky little sense of humour to go with the visuals and the sounds. And yeah, everything serves a purpose. You know, you can play quite strategically. Like I used to, in the beginning, all I was doing, as soon as I got the stop signs, which means the enemies won't move past it, they'll have to destroy it first. And then you use a battery, which just electrocutes anything nearby. So you put the stop sign down, and then the battery right next to it, and then it fries everything, and it's awesome. But the multiplayer works like, so there are birds that fly out of a box in the middle, and they fly at both of you, your opposite ends. You only see your side. You have a little map to show you what's going on your opponent's side. And then all you do is shoot down the birds as they come to you. They drop eggs. The eggs are currency. You use that currency to send the enemies to your opposition. And it works quite well. I got the achievement for for winning 8 matches in a row, so that was cool. If the person quits out on you before the end, it counts as a win for you. So that's awesome, because that's happened a fair bit. But I do like almost everything about the game, which is why it's so frustrating that, you know, they have to go with that batteries thing. I give the game 8 out of 10 and highly recommend it. The quick mission is a more of a demonstration as to what is wrong with the game, because the quick missions are exactly that. They're random. So you take one of these missions, for example, and it works. It's entirely luck-based, really, because sometimes they can be pretty much impossible, and then other times they can just be so easy it's ridiculous. So you spin the wheel, it gives you some random stuff, and away you go. But you can get bosses on this as well, so if you end up with bosses and they've not really given you any weapons, you're kind of screwed. But this is where the mines help as well, if you buy those, because obviously, just like that, I haven't even done anything yet. And yeah, already Cousin Roy's taking out the air defences. See, look, there's a present they give you every once in a while. And the meter on the top right, which is the same for the story mode as well, that just shows you how many enemies there are coming. So once the bar is completely full, all of the enemies that are coming are on the screen or dead, whatever. But yeah, opossums falling from above and big fat flies that eat things that you throw in the sky. And let that flamethrower rip. So these are great, but because they are quick missions, it means by definition they're going to be over very quick, and that's the problem. So you have a mission that lasts you like a matter of seconds, and you know, pays you a bit, not as much as story missions because they're so short. And there lies the problem. So if I come in and play, I want to do these quick missions because they're really cool and I haven't got much time or whatever, or I want to grind out the achievement for doing 500 of these missions, I get to do 6. So I can play the game for maybe 5 minutes and then I'm out of energy. That sucks so much. You see, that's why that energy thing is so bad, because quick missions use up your energy as well. I found that when I was playing multiplayer, if you win, you get energy back, but if you lose, you don't. So You could do it so you're down to the last couple of bars, then play multiplayer and come back. But I didn't realise that until the end. That may alleviate it for you a little bit, but either way, I do still very much recommend the game. It is free to play, so give it a try. If you've got the money, buy double coins. I think it's worthwhile, but give it a try first, just to make sure you like it. And I give it 8 out of 10. Pretty damn solid. So I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for watching. You guys take care.